One of the problems many of us run into when doing either bottom painting or your top sides is getting the position and appearance of the boot stripe correct. What many people don't realize is that the stripe must be wider as the angle of the hull becomes closer to the horizontal, as it would at the aft end. If it doesn't, if the stripe remains the same width the full length of the hull, the boat often appears to be squatting in the water. My friend Frank at Schrader's Yacht Systems in Urbana, Virginia has the answer, and anyone can adapt this technique for themselves.
Alright, this here is what we call a homemade projector. It's good for projecting water lines, boot stripe lines, all of that good stuff. That's what we're getting ready to do, project the line for the boot stripe.
You can make your own projector out of 2 pieces of plywood cut to the width of your proposed boot stripe, 3 inches, 4, whatever. Then tape or glue an inexpensive level to the wood as shown. Put the wood together so that the 2 pieces will slide parallel to one another. This can be done as simply as using 2 pieces of tape with the sticky side out to hold them together, as you can see Frank's projector is made. Frank places the bottom tip of the projector on the reference line on the hull. I'll refer to this again in a moment. And then marks the hull where the top of the projector touches the hull, all the way along the hull and about every 12 to 18 inches. You will notice as Frank marks the line of the boot stripe on the hull and we get further aft, the actual width of the stripe as shown by the projector is wider. However, looking at it from the side and at a distance, the viewer will perceive that the boot stripe is the same width, and even along the hull. If you are raising your boot stripe or widening it, you can use the old boot stripe as a reference line, or if your boat has settled some in the water because of the gear you have aboard it. Not that I can imagine that would happen. You can use the scum line as a reference point to work from. The scum line will give you a true straight line, but you want to be certain that your boat isn't listing, or the line will be at different heights on the 2 sides. In my case, I used the freshly painted bottom paint as my reference point when I widened my boot stripe. As you can see by this photo of Gypsy Wind, now back in the water, the boot stripe looks clean, neat, and even as she sits at the dock.